My friends, this is Dr. B, the best doctor in medicine. 30 plus years of clinical experience at high level in medicine. Dr. B cares about you. Today, Dr. B wants to talk to you about why. Why is it that simply walking every day, half an hour or 1 hour is just not enough? Very important. Every time I ask my patients at our beautiful cardiovascular clinics, my patients, or family members, or friends, or when I observe their lifestyle, I see that most of them, by far, the only exercise that they do every day is to walk. They walk after a meal, they walk on weekends, they go hiking, blah, blah, blah. And I want to explain to you why this is really not enough in order to have a health benefit for your bones and for your muscle. Walking is one of the best exercises you can do, regardless of your age. It is super, super, super beneficial to your health. All the studies have proven that walking helps you to lower your blood pressure, to lower your sugar, lower your cholesterol, your triglyceride, blah, blah, blah. It is an extremely beneficial and healthy type of exercise, right? And it is really good to do it at least half an hour per day, once or twice per day, right? Whether it's after a lunch, after a dinner, or both, and then on weekend to take the dogs, the family, the friends, and go hiking, go to the neighborhood, blah, blah, blah. Super healthy. But walking, which in most of the people is the only exercise that they do, especially after a certain age, right? When you're young, you go to the gym, you do weightlifting, you do biking, you do swimming, you do tennis, blah, blah, blah. Sports, dozens of different sports, right? That we engage in when we are young, right? But as people age in my family, my friends, my entourage, my neighbors, my patients, I have noticed that most of them, let's say around 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, the percentage increases, right, of these people whose only exercise every day is to just walk, right? And that's for men and women, regardless of the gender, right, or anything in between. When we are young, we do so many other types of exercises that we strengthen our bones and our muscles, right? But when we get older, especially for women after menopause and for men after andropause, which is usually 50, 45, 55 for men, right? The average age of menopause for women in America is around 54, 55. When men and women get older and pass a certain age, which depends on people, you need to strengthen your bones and your muscles, and you need to keep doing it until you die, right? And you cannot strengthen your bones and your muscles by simply walking. You can take, I apologize, it's getting late, so you can take as much protein as you want. You can take as much vitamin D and calcium as you want. If you do not put your bones and your muscles under stress, physical stress, your muscles are not going to grow. Your bones are not going to become strong, right? You have to understand that living tissues living tissues like bone and muscles respond to mechanical stress, right? So when you walk, you don't put too much stress on your bone. I mean, again, it's better than nothing. But you don't put any stress, not much stress on your bone, on your muscles, especially your upper body. You don't do anything to the muscles of your upper body, to the bones of your upper body. That's what I'm trying to say. In order to grow a muscle, in order to prevent muscle loss of aging, you need to lift weights. You need to push weights from your upper body and your lower body. So you need to push weights and lift weights in addition to taking your proteins and vitamin D and calcium, because the bones and the muscles will respond to that mechanical stress that you put them under, right? And think about me. Every day I go to the gym, I lift weights and I push weights in addition to doing my cardio. I do my cardio on the treadmill or the standing bicycle or the elliptical, blah, 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 for 45 minutes to 1 hour. So I do my cardio and then I push weight and I lift weight. And you need to do that at least 3 or 4 times per week. Ideally, do it every day. If you don't want to go to the gym, then have some weights at home. Then do push-ups at home. Push-ups. Look, when you do push-ups, the stress, the mechanical strain that you put on your wrist in this position, you push, right? You are laying on the floor and you push, you do push-ups. My God, the strength of your wrist will never make you have a wrist fracture. When you fall in your older age, right? And you fall like that on the floor because you're trying to hold yourself from falling. Bam! You develop a wrist fracture that we call col fracture or puto-col fracture. And that's a very bad fracture to have. So walking is not going to put any stress on your wrist, is not going to put any stress on your shoulder, on your back. In order to strengthen your back, you need to do squats. But again, don't do it at an excessive amount of weight, because too much of a good thing is bad for you. Then you're going to have degenerative disc disease. You're going to have disc herniation. So lift a reasonable amount of weight in order to stimulate, to put stress on your bones, your tendons, your ligaments, and of course, your muscles, to help them grow and to strengthen them. But don't lift too much in order to destroy your cartilage and develop osteoarthritis, right? Which will make you have to have knee replacement surgery, hip replacement surgery, right? So engage in weight lifting and weight pushing in addition to walking or your biking or your treadmill, right? Because that is the only way, not just to train your upper body to become strong, your muscles will grow, your bones will become strong, right? And you will not have huge osteoporosis and muscle wasting as you age. In addition to that, it will keep you from developing fractures, bone fractures when you fall. If I fall and I hold myself with my wrist like that, there is no way I'm going to break my wrist as I'm retaining myself and preventing my body from hitting the floor, because my wrist is super strong. My bones are super strong because every freaking days I do push-ups, right? Every freaking days I go push those machines with weights. I do this with my upper body, with my lower body. My hips are super strong. If I fall, I'm not going to develop a hip fracture in my old age. So you need to invest right now when you are in your 50s, 60s, 70s, so that when you turn 80s and 90s, you have strong bones and strong muscles. And again, I repeat, simply taking protein, right, and simply taking vitamin D and calcium is not gonna strengthen your muscles, make them grow, and make your bones grow and become and make your bones strong, right? Again, I repeat, you need to put them under physical stress. And I don't know if I showed you before, Dr. B, every day I go to the gym to put my muscles, my tendons, my ligaments, my bones under physical stress. Look, you see this? This is my muscle, 100% muscles, right? Look at this, no fat, no sagging skin, and I'm 50 years young. My muscles are super strong. My bones are super strong. Look at this. Look at that. No fat, only skin, muscle, and bone. Strong muscles, strong bones, and no fat, right? So that's what you need to do. If you just walk, you are completely neglecting your upper body, and you are not strengthening and growing your muscles like this, right? You are not growing the muscle when you just walk, because you don't put your muscle under intense stress that you put them when you go, you lift weight, or you push weight, or you do push-ups and pull-ups and everything. And the rest of my body is the same, 100% pure muscle, skin and bone, and no fat, 0% fat. I have no fat under my chin, no fat in my boobs, right? I have no fat on my belly, flat tummy like a board, no fat, love handle fat, no fat in my ass, nothing. And my legs are just muscle, skin, and bone. Nice, beautifully shaped legs. I can run faster than a jaguar, faster than 20-year-olds. So you need to do that. And that doesn't matter regardless of your age. You need to hit the gym or do it at home, have weights, and do weightlifting, weight pushing, this way, that way, upper body, lower body, do squats, do push-ups. You don't need to have a huge gym. You can put a little bar like that, like me in my balcony, and you do pull-ups, right? You can have dumbbells, right, or kettlebells, or barbells, and lift, push like that, right, and do squats. You get a barbell, you put it on your back, and you do squats to strengthen the bones of your spine, to strengthen the bones of your hips, of your legs, and then you do back extensions like that to strengthen the muscles of your spine, right? Back extension. I posted a video about back extensions. So it's very, very important to not do what most of my family members do after a certain age, or my patients after a certain age, my friends, my family, in whom the only exercise they do is that every day they go, they walk the dog, they walk with the friends, with the family, with the husband, with the wife, with the kids, and on weekend they go hiking and blah, blah, blah. That is absolutely not enough, right? I love you guys. This is Dr. B, the best doctor in medicine. Dr. B graduated more than 30 years ago from medical school, and I took the Hippocratic Oath to never BS you, to never sell you garbage, to never put my interest above yours. You will be always above me, regardless of your gender, your ethnicity, the color of your skin, blah, blah, blah. I love you. I care about you, whether you're a male, female, anything in between, black, white, lesbian, homosexual, bisexual. I don't give a cut, so I love you. Put your comments, your questions, anything you have to put it down there, and God willing, as soon as I have the time in my busy but beautiful life, I will get back to you. May God bless you. Thank you for your viewership. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.